Greetings, welcome to Assignment 1, Chapter 1, How to Type Up My Lab and My Homework in an R Markdown File. Well, if you've made it this far, then you've gone through Lab 0 and done the video work. In other words, you've gone through and worked the lab in the console. And now you're being asked to take the last 3 on your own problems and type those up into an R Markdown file to be included with your homework for Assignment 1, your textbook exercises. So the textbook exercises, those reside down here, and those are also going to be typed up in the Assignment 1 template. So if you've not yet done that, go ahead and click on that now. And I'm working in Firefox, so it's going to go ahead and open it up for me in RStudio as a default. If you're in Safari or another browser, you may have to navigate to your Downloads folder to go open it up. And we end up with our Studio opening up the template file for us called Assignment 1. Now before we go any further, we need to save this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to your File command and do a Save As. And once you get the Save As dialog, you're going to move this, because you notice right now it's pointing it into Downloads. I don't want to go into Downloads. I want to save this into my Documents file and into the subfolder R Files. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder in here. You may have done this already, but if not, go ahead and do it. And we're going to call the new folder Assignment 1. Since I've already created one, I'm going to call it 1A. You can call it anything you like. Go ahead and create that. And then we're going to save Assignment 1 in the proper place. So now our assignment is in our documents in our R folder where we want it. Okay, next thing we need to do is come in here and change your name here to put your actual name there. So I'm going to type in my name, and then we'll put the current date here. Let's say, just make up a date here, 1/17/17, let's say. Okay. All right, now we're ready to go. We're ready to actually start working in this file. So in the On Your Own, it says, in the previous few pages, you recreated some of the displays from analysis for our Buthnats, I don't really say his name, baptism data. Your assignment involves repeating these steps, but for present day birth records in the United States. Load up the present day data with the following command. So what you'll see here is what I've done is I've gone in and taken that command straight out of the HTML file, just like you did in the lab, and I pasted that into my RStudio file, into my R Markdown file. But notice these delimiters. These are very important. You notice these 3 open ticks and an R and curly braces, and then the 3 closed ticks. Those delimiters indicate that this is executable R code. In other words, this is just as if it was in the console. You can take this gray area in my Markdown file here as being a console conversation. So that's really important, because anything that's included within between those delimiters, when I go to knit this, is going to be executed as R code. Now you don't need to learn to type those in, those tick marks, because fortunate for us, RStudio has this insert button here. And if you go insert and we click on the R chunk, that's what they call these, it calls these chunks, it'll insert a new chunk for us. And then we can go ahead and type in whatever executable code we want between the 2 delimiters. So for this file, what I've done to just kind of make it a little bit easier for us is I've gone ahead and inserted those delimiters for you for those first 3 problems. So that's where you go in and put in any of the R code stuff that you need to do. Now, if you're stuck in any way, shape, or form and you do not feel comfortable about typing up the code there, this is a great place to go into the content questions in the Q&A forum and say, hey, has anybody got an idea how to do this? Can you please help me? I'll be happy to come in and give you some hints there to hopefully get you down along the road. Okay. All right, so let's say we've done that. We've gone in and we've entered all of the information and we're happy with how it's looking, and so we're going to go ahead and knit this file. So we'll click on knit, and we will get back a glorious assignment 1 HTML file. And the thing to notice now is that inside of our file, which we'll see here in just a moment, is that there's not just an RMD file, we're also going to have an HTML file. So we need to submit that. So to submit that file, we're going to go back into our browser. We're going to click on Submit Assignment, come down here to Browse, and you'll have to, if you haven't already got it pointed there, you may have to go and find the right directory. And you notice there's the RMD file that we saved earlier, and then there's the HTML file that we just knitted. So we'll select that, come down here under comments and say, oh, best assignment ever, okay, or whatever comment you want to put there is fine with me, and then go ahead and click on submit assignment. And so now your assignment will be up where I can see it in the grading, and everything will be done just gloriously. Okay, obviously you're not going to submit that until you finish the homework problems. Don't do it after you finish just the lab. You've got to go down and work some homework problems also. Okay, again, if you have any questions, please do not be shy about posting questions to the discussion forum, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible.